Here we are on cricket.com to preview another team before IPL 2022, and it's a brand new team talking about the Lucknow Super Giants. And boy, they have some serious players because look, it's going to be absolutely fun to watch this team and how they go about their business because KL Rahul will be in charge. They have people like Marcus Stoinis, Jason Holder, the names just go on. But first and foremost, though, we always welcome our esteemed writers on cricket.com previewing these, and we have Somesh Agarwal to make his presence felt once again. Sipping coffee, Som. How's Bangalore treating you, first and foremost?
Yeah, so far so good. It's just been 4 hours, so can't complain.
I'm sure it'll be a smooth summer for you and all of us at cricket.com. So, what do we have today? Lucknow Super Giants. When I mention their name, what stands out for you, first and foremost?
I, it has to be the captain up front, KL Rahul. I mean, it's clear now that it was his decision. That I think he made a statement as well a couple of days back that he was sort of looking for this opportunity of building a side from scratch, and I mean, on his day, he he's an exceptional batter. He's a beast on his day, and uh, so neither. He can give you those 600 run seasons while can also still hold the record of the fastest 50 in the league. So you know what you're talking about, and I guess it'll be tough to find a more aesthetically pleasing opening combination than KL Rahul and Quinton de Kock.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you said that because Shubh, who was previewing the other teams with me, said that the only team which can give Delhi's openers a run for their money is Lucknow, and the names that you mentioned there. Let's do things slightly different in this preview today. We normally show the squad depth first, but we'll get straight into the best 11 and then figure out who is and how is everything going to pan out for them. Now, remember, one of our friends at cricket.com, Gautam Gambhir, had a shrewd say in the auction table, and he's bought really well. You look at this team, and like I said, Som, there's some serious players. Talk to me about their first 11 before we move into the squad depth, please.
Yeah, one thing that was apparent even after the auction was that Lucknow has done really well.
Right.
They've managed to pick quite a few of utility players while also, engaging some good Indian players. So, uh, KL Rahul is one. Ravi Vishnu for 4 crores is a steal, and as of now, he remains a mystery spinner because while everyone knows which way most of his balls are going to turn, but I have not seen any particular batsman yet figuring out on how to tackle him. Avesh Khan is another. I mean, almost he was one of the cream players available in the auction, and they managed to get him. Manish Pandey, had off seasons, but we all know what he's capable of. At times, he's done well for Karnataka ever since that weird season with Sunrisers. And there is again that Gambhir connection with Manish Pandey. He was the man of the tournament when they last won the trophy in 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense for them to kind of go with the bias that they've gone with, and you're being really polite saying he had a weird season in terms of the Sunrisers one because look, the strike rates are of course not going to be helping Manish's cause, but look, it's a fresh chapter for him and a fresh chapter for Lucknow
Yeah,
indeed.
yeah.
We
No,
showed you, of course, that best 11, but what I want Somesh to now explain to us is, of course, or before we get to the squad depth, is that question mark. Now, there are quite a few candidates for that question mark over there. There could be Christopher Gautam as well, who can fit beautifully into that role. But here we are. Now, this is what we really, really want to figure out. Who will be in that particular slot? Will it be someone like Christopher Gautam, or would they take a punt on Kyle Mears? That means dropping someone else. How do you see them fit it all in?
yeah, yeah. Going back to what I said earlier, I just made a small error. Manish Pandey was not the man of the tournament; he was the man of the match in the final.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting that out of the way. Yeah, so that question mark is not really a question mark, but a flexibility which
Correct.
the team offers because even without the number eight, they have seven proper bowling options. So if you look at it, both Stoinis and Holder uh, are good pace bowling all rounders, and something which sets them apart from other pace bowling all rounders in other teams is that they have actual IPL experience. Both have done really
Right.
well for their respective teams. So that's there. So number eight, I mean, so Lucknow can have three strategies. They can either go with Krishnappa Gautam and sort of lengthen their batting lineup a bit, or they can pick a pacer. So they have in this sort they don't really have a left arm option unless no, not even unless. I mean, they don't have a left arm pace option, so they can maybe bleed in Mohsin Khan based on how he shapes up in the nets, or they have the third route wherein they can strengthen their spin bowling unit and play Shahbaz Nadeem. So, uh, like I said, it's not just a question mark; it's a mark of flexibility, if I can say.
Now, many people might take the piss out of this in terms of calling Krunal Pandya left arm pacer, given the fact that he kind of just chucks them in. But jokes apart, though, or actually sticking with a little bit more jokes here, Krunal Pandya and Deepak Hooda, quick word on that and that relationship.
I mean, not sure how will it affect the dynamics. It's mainly for the. I mean, it shouldn't really bother. Players are really professional, and it's not their choice. It's what they have to do, and both players are sort of very similar in their stature as well. I mean, Krunal was with the Indian team. I mean, up till very recently, Deepak Hooda has just made his name. So it's not like the players are varied in stature. So I think both of them would be pragmatic enough to focus on their game rather than some things that happened, away from it.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, and that's Gautam Gambhir's business to handle, really, how he gets the best out of all of them. And I say those two, and of course, Christopher Gautam, because dare I say bits and pieces cricketers, but those three will, like you said, add flexibility. Now, the other big breaking news earlier this week is, of course, no Mark Wood for them, and Andrew Ty has been slotted in as a replacement, which you were waiting so we could show this preview. The other option was Taskin Ahmed. Do you think Andrew Ty, with his experience in the IPL, will be a good add? But not the fact that he can probably replicate that raw pace that Markwood has. What can he bring to the table? Will they kind of fit him in straight away?
See, again, I can only speculate, but I don't think Andrew Ty was their first choice. It's just that I mean, they had to do with him since they could not get Tuskin for some reason. But having said that, Ty would be a backup option at best. With Andrew Ty, I mean, he started off as a good death bowler to, with his variations and all, but I think a couple of seasons back, he also developed that faster 140 click deliveries on on a regular basis. But I see Dushmanta Chamira pipping him in the first 11, who's who has the pace, a lot more skiddier, who has uh, enough movement at least. So they'll have a reliable power play option. And even at the international level, his power play economy is around 7, which is exceptional. So, I mean, fair chance that he might be able to convert that at the IPL level as well.
Yeah, and not to forget, just some personal banter here, the fact that he's got your favorite player out quite a few times in terms of Rohit Sharma, and he's had him in his pocket. But look, that's when LSG take on Emma, and that'll be a cracker-jacker. But nevertheless, all their games are going to be fun to watch. Let's just wrap up this preview by asking you something which is going to be really hard to pick, really. If you had to choose four foreigners for their first game, given the fact that they have good all-round players and overseas pros, who would they be and why?
So, yeah, I mean, based on the playing 11 that we've decided, based on if everyone is available, it has to be Stoinis, Holder, Decock, and Chamira. But I mean, let's just touch upon a few areas where LSG might struggle for a couple of
Okay.
minutes. Okay. So, first and foremost, player availability is going to be a big issue because Marcus Stoinis is not available for the first 4 games. That's more than that's all. I mean, that's a fair share. And even Holder and Kyle Mayers won't be available for a couple. And both Stoinis and Holder occupy such a key spot in their playing 11 that, I mean, it's almost impossible to fill that gap. we don't see any proven domestic player to plug that hole. Neither is there another foreign option to sort of chip in. So for the first 3 4 games, it's really going to be a struggle for Lucknow to put a squad together. So they might start slow, and don't forget that when the batting lineup is not that uh, deep. KL Rahul sort of goes into his shell, and maybe, I mean, obviously Lucknow wouldn't want that to happen. But if Stoinis and holders are not available, that can end up being a case. And also, a couple of other pointers can be around, again, talking about Rahul and Decock. Over the past couple of seasons, they've not sort of been very aggressive against spin. Both have had a strike rate of around a run of ball, so that can go against them, and teams might try to target them with spin. And we'll have to see what intent at least Rahul will have when he faces spin up front. And of
Yeah.
course, Krunal Pandya, though he's at 7, but I mean, if you really think about it, Mumbai actually in 2018, when Mumbai were able to get Krunal back using the right to match option, Akash Ambani was over the moon.
Yeah.
But over this time, they literally went for every player that was part of the team. But Krunal was one of the rare few they did not even place a bid for. So that talks volumes about his the fall in his stocks. So yeah, that can be a question mark, because he occupies a key position. Lucknow will want Kunal to deliver more with the bat than with the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I think those are words to remember there. And just a last quick notice of this 11. And what it tells me as well is that plenty of bowling options at KL Rahul's disposal. This time, talk about even Deepak Hoda rolling his arm over. The only people who can really not bowl is KL himself, maybe Manish and Quinton. And that brings us nicely to the end of this. We apologize because I've just realized that Sai Sudarshan is not an overseas pro, even though our graphics guys got it wrong. So he's going to get pelters from us after this show. But having said that, Evan Lewis could be a surprise in the first few games. Like Somay said, no Holder, no Stoinis, no Kyle Mayers. They have to really fit the puzzle in. And who knows, Andrew Ty might straight away fit in, given the fact that they really are lacking those overseas. Final one from you, Som. Where will they finish in the league? I know it's two different groups, but do you think Lucknow can really be a team to throw the cat amongst the pigeons, so to speak?
They can. They have the potential to qualify. I mean, to the playoffs. After that, it's anyone's game.
Yeah, anyone's game. That's what makes the IPL this time around such a beautiful tournament to watch. I mean, 10 teams, we can't ask for more. So, Mesh, thank you so much for your time. We'll catch you soon, of course, in the previews, which are going to be coming tomorrow. So, watch out for that. Subscribe. Until the next time, it's a goodbye from him and, of course, me as well.